So it's 1987. I'm in a job that I don't like. I've got a young family, and I'm looking for a better way. And so real estate was presented to me as an opportunity. And the more that I took a look at it, the more I realized that's what I wanted to do. So I get my real estate license, and quite naturally, the person that really encouraged me and motivated me to get my real estate license had their own brokerage. And so naturally, I went there. So I'm at my new brokerage. Things are going great. I'm meeting people. I'm learning. I'm doing deals. I'm doing transactions. And then I miss out on a deal. A listing that I was supposed to get, that I was 100% certain I was going to get, didn't get it. Another agent, he got it. And so I reached out, hey, what happened? Well, Eric, we took a look at your presentation, took a look at his presentation. We just figured that, his presentation was better than yours. So we got together for a coffee at his brokerage, at his office, showed me around, introduced me to his broker. Everything was great. But you know what? In the back of my mind, there was something missing. See, my brokerage didn't have all the systems, didn't have all the tools, didn't have all the resources. Didn't have what I was looking for to help me to be more competitive in the marketplace and not to lose out on transactions or deals that I should be getting. And so, you know what happened next? You got it. When you can't beat them, you join them. Okay, so it's probably around 1990, give or take. Going through a terrible time in the market. Economically, things are on a downturn. I show up at my office one day, doors are closed. So, company goes into receivership. Obviously, I'm totally devastated. And so what do? Well, my first inclination is I gotta make sure that I take care of my family and to be able to provide the support and everything else like that. So I immediately go out and I get a job. And I get a job in an industry that I'm very comfortable and familiar with, which is telecommunications. That's where I was prior to I started my real estate career. So I get a job. They know that I've got a real estate background, all right? And as we're growing, they get me to go out and use my real estate background and skills and techniques and everything else like that. We're setting up office spaces and leases and so on and so forth. And what do you think happens? While I'm planning for this growth that I'm going to be going through with this company, bam, they get sold overnight, and there you go, right? Another opportunity is taken away from me. And you know what? Throughout all of this, I'm looking at, I'm saying, you know what, man, I was with this other company, they went into receivership. I was with this company, they got sold. You know what? I got to get back into real estate. And so I started searching, and I found what I believed at the time was the perfect fit and match for me, which was Coldwell Banker. So I'm at Coldwell Banker Realty. Actually, Coldwell Banker Maximum, to be quite specific. And I felt like, wow, I'm like a kid in a candy store, okay? Now, this is my third brokerage, and neither of my previous two brokerages had either the reputation, the size, the systems, the tools, the resources, none of the things that I was now experiencing at Coldwell Banker. So it was great. There's nothing better than getting up every day and feeling excited about your business. And that's how I felt. I was learning new ways of going out and doing my business and operating my business. And I discovered that it was really important to have a value proposition, right? What was my value proposition going out to the marketplace? And so I wrapped myself around our company's brand. And at that time, we had a product called the Ultimate Service Program. And that product allowed me to go out into the marketplace to share the value and the benefits to my clients. And as a matter of fact, I did it so well that I became known as the Mr. Ultimate Service. And I would share with other agents how they could use that particular product in their marketplace. So it's about 3-4 years or so. Everything's going great at Coldwell Banker. And my family and I decided it was time for us to move east. An opportunity came up for us to make that transition. And so that's what we decided to do. And I wanted to be consistent with my brand. So, I commuted back and forth, right? But then, as I was building, new relationships and new business opportunities out in the East End, it just made sense for me to find a Coldwell Banker office closer to where I now live. And so that took me on a pursuit, and that's where I found Coldwell Banker Golden Key, Angelica Ernest. She was a broker of record at that time, amazing lady. And so I decided it was, it just made sense for me to change brokerages. I felt a whole lot better about this one because now I was in control of the process. We grew again. The company as a whole merged with another Coldwell Banker company. So we grew to, I think, 4 locations at the time. We became Coldwell Banker Case Realty. I got invited to a mastermind. And then that real estate mastermind was really agents collectively sharing what was working for them and what wasn't working for them. And as you would have it, as you would typically find maybe in most real estate brokerages, it's a highly competitive market. It's not very easy to get another agent to tell you exactly what's working for them. But here we were, collectively together, supposedly sharing what was working, what wasn't. And I found that I was doing more sharing than everyone else. Ultimately, what ended up happening was I ended up really training other agents. And so eventually, management found out about what was happening, realizing that there were some holes that they needed to fill, with systems, with recruiting, with retaining and training agents. They decided to make me an offer. So they offered me the position of Director of Professional Development, and that gave me that opportunity to hone my skills in training and mentoring agents. And that's what I did. And then we grew that brokerage. Okay, and we grew that to the point where we ended up merging with LePAGE Connect Realty. Okay, so as a brokerage now that we've merged or been acquired by LePAGE Connect Realty, we've grown to 6 locations, I believe, at the time. It opened up a whole new opportunity for me. As a matter of fact, now I'm meeting agents that I didn't know before, a few I did know from within the industry. And that was quite welcoming because they didn't have a professional development trainer or a coach or anyone that was in-house to help mentor and train and coach them. And so this was refreshing, and it worked on both sides. I really relished in the fact that I was being received with open arms, so to speak, right? And that I had the opportunity where I could help and coach and train other agents, and that continued to grow. As a matter of fact, we experienced such tremendous growth that we were acquired after a little while by another LePAGE brokerage. Our LePAGE Your Community acquired LePAGE Connect Realty. And so again, we were experiencing another growth. We grew from, let's say, 6 locations to now 16 locations when you combine both entities together. Okay, so we're in the middle of a pandemic. COVID-19 has hit. Everything is completely upside down, all right? It's caused a complete evaluation and a change in operation for my business. I'm now having to do virtual meetings with my clients. I have to redesign all of my documentation to make them now fillable forms. Obviously, e-signatures were okay, but everything now is e-signatures, okay? And so even that, re-educating my clients and how we're now going to operate and everything else like that is a major shift. So in my evaluation of everything, I'm asking myself, where are we heading with all of this? What does the future hold? The more and more I keep hearing about the virtual cloud, operating in the cloud, operating virtually. And one company in particular keeps popping up over and over and over again. And that company that keeps popping up is eXp Realty. I start looking into eXp a lot more and getting to understand how they operate as a company. And I have to admit, they were light years ahead of everyone else. As a matter of fact, COVID became a blessing in disguise for eXp Realty because they were already operating within the cloud. So the more and more I took a look at what eXp's core values were and how they operated, the more I began to resonate with their philosophies. Between March of 2020 to December of 2020, I analyzed everything, took a look at everything, up, down, in and out, and made the decision that I was going to switch brokerages for me. So here I am. I've joined eXp Realty. And I gotta tell you, it's everything that I imagined it to be. The onboarding process was smooth and seamless. Sometimes, you take a look and I say, wow, I've got 5 brokers that if ever I had any questions, if ever I had anything that needed to be dealt with, signing of documents or anything else like that, I knew exactly who to go to. 50 plus hours of training every single week within the eXp world, which is their cloud-based training platform. You couldn't really ask more. And then the opportunity where I could partner with the company and be a part owner and really get the benefits of stock options and also revenue share. I never had that at any of the brokerages that I was at before. And so here we are, with another opportunity, this time for me to make the decision for me and my family. Not for someone else to make a decision for me where I had no say in what was going to happen, because that happened entirely throughout my career. And so now I felt like I was in control, I was in position, I am going to do the things that were best for me and my family. Wow, so you made it. Man, that's been my real estate journey. Now, I'm not sure what's happening for you in your real estate career right now, but here's what I can share with you. If you're looking to grow, if you're looking to make more income, if you're looking to be a better you, then doing the same thing is only going to give you the same results. All right? Come take a look at what eXp could mean for you and your business. One of my mentors says that when you see it, you can't unsee it. Right? Once you see the opportunity that eXp has to offer, you just can't unsee it. It's an opportunity, as another mentor shares with me, that you can have a business that works harder for you than you do for it. It's an opportunity that can provide you with an income that far outpaces and surpasses the income that you make from your day-to-day selling of traditional real estate. So why not? I encourage you. Click on my schedule, book a time on my calendar. There's no obligation whatsoever, but it's going to put you in a position of knowing. And at least from that standpoint, you can decide on what's best for you. I look forward to us partnering and growing together and being part of your real estate journey. So reach out and let's connect.